Alright, welcome back. Hey, I'm just getting back from Tail the Dragon trip. We went up there on Sunday for the Labor Day weekend. Delinquentious and Ramekin had a little ride up to the Tail for a little motovlogger meetup. We had a little surprise guest show up. We had Downshift 83 show up, and we went up to the Tail, courtesy of Blood Mountain, and we made a day of it. It was a fucking 12-hour day, pretty much 12 hours straight riding. All of us are fucking sore as sons of bitches, and oh man, it was just a lot of fun. So for me, this was my first mountain ride, and it was scary, you know. Being a cruiser rider, cruisers have limitations, and anyone that's ridden a cruiser knows that when you're taking corners on a cruiser, your fucking pegs scrape, and when you're taking the twisties and you're trying to keep up and you're trying to keep speed with the sport bikes, cruisers just don't like that. And cruisers, they grind, and it's scary. You know, every time my pegs scrape, a little bit of my confidence is lost. And it was a lot of there was a lot of scraping going on. It really started wearing on me, and it really started affecting my abilities. And again, this was my first mountain trip, so I mean, I kind of knew what to expect. I knew to expect the twisties. You know, I've driven down those kinds of roads before in a car, but it was my first trip on a bike. And yeah, I was nervous. I was nervous going there. But I talked myself into it because I figured it would have been just worth it just to meet up with people, you know. Got to meet with Salt the Wound, got to meet with Delinquentious. I got to meet Downshift 83, that was also cool. Anyway, I met up with a bunch of people, so it was going to be worth the trip just for that, just to meet up with some people. And I've wanted to do Blood Mountain, I just haven't had the time to do it. But God damn it, I got the Tail and Blood Mountain done in one day. I didn't capture nearly as much video as I planned on. I even brought the batteries. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't record. It just, I don't know. I wish I could think of why I wasn't recording. I think I was just focused on not dying. And a couple of times, whoa, what the fuck? Just trying to focus on not dying, like with cars on the wrong side of the road and shit. But a couple of times I crossed the double yellow, especially towards the end. You know, I didn't do so bad down the Tail. I kept it slow as I was comfortable going. On the way back, you know, the Tail just pretty much, you know, it goes for 11 miles, and it really does go pretty quickly. Even though you're only doing like 30 miles an hour, it flies by. And, you know, I kept a decent pace. I wasn't too far behind the pack. On the way back, though, I got stuck behind another cruiser. And yeah, I know most of the guys would just fucking cross double yellows just to pass people, but I was just happy to be behind someone slower, and I could blame them. So I had my excuse set that I would just, you know, stick behind this cruiser and just do cruiser speeds down the tail, and that was awesome. Honestly, that was an awesome little trip that I didn't record, but it was a lot of fun. Oh man, it was just great fun, just going nice and easy, cruising along, just just cruising down the tail at a slow, leisurely pace, and that was fun, and it wasn't scary at all. But on the way home, we took down, we went back down Blood Mountain again, and I don't know, I think maybe it was just the amount of riding, or it was just because I was so tired and beat up. Whatever it was, I couldn't help but get target fixated around some bad corners. And I crossed double yellow one time pretty bad. And almost the very next corner, I also target fixated again. It almost fucking went in the woods. Unfortunately, I didn't get that on video either, but maybe Downshift 83 will have it, because he was right behind me. But, you know, from that point on, I just said fuck it, and I was going slow. You know, I'm mentally breaking down on the tail, and was a pretty bad time to do it. But as soon as we hit fucking Blood Mountain, and we started hitting the bad turns, that's when the rain came down. It just fucking slicked everything up, and everyone was a little more cautious. You know, one guy said his back tire, you know, kicked out on him a bit, so, you know, that was one close call, but I think I had more of them. I don't know how many people fucking saw my close calls other than me, but yeah, there were a couple of target fixation moments, lots and lots of fucking scrape pegs. And overall, this trip just told me that if I'm going to do these mountain trips, I need a goddamn sports bike. You know, the mountains are fun on a cruiser if you're doing, you know, dog shit speeds. But if you're going to do sport bike speeds, fucking cruiser is not the way to go. So I am seriously considering getting myself a sports bike. Anyway, so I got to meet Downshift 83, and I wasn't a subscriber of him until today. I've seen a few of his videos, and of course I've heard of him, and I think I've always had the opinion that he was probably a douchebag. And you know, now that I've met him in person, I can confirm that those feelings were true. I'm just kidding, man. I thought it was pretty fucking cool in person. I thought he was just a funny guy. You know, he was actually behind me when I was target fixating, and you know, he was really cool and like was concerned about my well-being. He like actually stopped a little ways down the road to make sure that I had made it okay, because it was questionable, you know, at that point, whether or not I was going to be able to make it down fucking Blood Mountain without it, you know, kissing trees. So I really appreciate that. You know, I didn't really say anything, but I definitely appreciated that, man. If you're watching this, I appreciated you looking out for me. So, things I learned on the tail. Cruisers can't handle twisties as well as a sports bike. I think everyone pretty much fucking knows that already, but well, I'm just confirming that for y'all. Sports bikes probably more fun on the twisties than a cruiser. Then again, it was pretty fun on the cruiser when we were doing slow speed. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on your excitement levels, whether you have that need for speed or not. What else did I learn on the tail? Oh, I learned that my rear tire has a bald spot in the middle. You know, I didn't really realize it until I was taking the turns, and going around the turns, I noticed there was a definite difference in traction from straight up to turn, and the more I turned, the traction felt different. So it was really odd, you know, it felt awkward. So I have like a flat spot on my tire. So I'm gonna definitely need to get that changed in the very, very near future. I also learned that if you lose your keys, take off your pants.
Got it. Down the keys.
Shit me.
This is how we roll at motovlog meetups.
Nashville.
Yeah, I gotta pull it the hole.
Thanks for that one, Bitty Bows. What else did I learn? I learned that Chase on 2 wheels had a sex change. Just kidding. He lent out Holland to Delinquentious. So she was riding his bike. I also learned that riding all day on a bike is pretty goddamn exhausting, especially when you're doing those turns, you know. You guys on your sports bikes, you know, they were all sore as shit as well, but you know, I'm on a fucking 750-pound cruiser, and throwing this bitch around on the curves is it's probably just as taxing, if not more so. Anyway, that was our trip to the tail. Luckily, we all made it back safe. No problems. It was a great time, and look forward to doing it again. But next time, maybe I'll get a sports bike. Anyway, until next time, see ya!